What an honor. This is the first time we have a world champion sitting here.
You know, we always go the highest. We always do the craziest tricks.
We try to go with maximum speed all the time.
Give you two the chance. No, don't worry.
Now you actually are skateboarding.
1, 2, 3. She said no.
You're welcome.
Better idea of what ESPN is. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my greatest honor to give you the new world champion of the BMX vert competition of the X Games 2010. Jamie Bestwick. Come on, Jamie, join us. Thank you very much. I'm going to bring you another world-class skateboarder, Juicy Conan. Thank you. Come on, join us, Josie. Action sports, to most of the Chinese people, it's a imported sports. Okay, it's to most of the Chinese family or Chinese kids, it's from the Western world. But culturally, how action sports be blend in or be adapted in this community. Let's bring in another guest. He's from local. Let's welcome Mark Su. Mark, come on, join us. Hey, welcome to the show. So, Mark, as a Chinese people, I mean, what does action sports means to you?
It's quite an adrenaline sport that I ever see.
Have you ever tried something like skateboarding or bicycles?
Yeah. Believe it or not, yeah, I owned my first BMX when back in 1990s. When
BMX bikes?
Yeah. At the time, there was a very popular American movie talking about a bunch of BMX boys helping the police to catch a bunch of burglars.
And it was from Australia. It was an Australian movie, and it was Nicole Kidman's rise to fame.
So that's how you got an idea of the BMX.
Yeah, and last year I went to see those guys competing in the X Games, and believe it or not, I got myself a skateboard, and I started to cruise around.
You start to learn skateboard?
Yep.
Now, just from last year?
In my 30s.
30? Would that be too late for this kind of sports, guys?
No, not at all.
So how often you practice your BMX and your skateboarder?
Well, not that often. I mean, I rode to school, I commute to school I used by my BMX as a transportation tool. And with the skateboard, I just sometimes whenever I hang out with my friends in a open space, I would try to just cruise around.
To you, in America, of course, when you first start to ride bike, like play tricks and so forth, were you ever experienced any strange eyes where people look at you as a stranger, as a crazy people, like the black sheep of the family or something like that?
I've never really experienced that the whole time I've owned a bike. Back, from when I started riding back in England, it was a very popular thing to do. The one stereotype that really followed us around for a short while was that everybody was these punk kids and the tearaways, and that they all had tattoos and so on and so forth. But that really all changed. I've always felt that we've had a really good community, and that wherever we've gone to, we've always had a great reception, and that I felt that BMX going into different cities and different cultures has been very respectful.
What about here in China? In the age of 30, you started to play with the skateboard, and you had a BMX bikes a long time ago. So were you considered a stranger or a crazy guy here in this community here?
Not at all. I think the essence of the sport is about self-expression. just do what you want to do and don't mind other people's opinions. And I think it's all the same around the world.
So, what's the beauty of action sports like these stuff to you?
I think it's the cultural elements that behind the sports.
What do you mean by culture elements?
Because it's more than a sport. If you look at the formality of the sport, maybe you compare other individual sport like gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, they both need the athletes to show their physical strength and agility and balance, creativity. The judges will look into more than that. The personal style counts, and that includes those guys' outfit and the music they're using, how graceful they can finish their stunts.
How essential the music is in your sport, in BMX?
BMX and music, in fact, action sports and music follow hand in hand. Just generally around our events, you know, like the Shanghai X Games, you'll see live bands, you'll hear music at the different vendors, and when the guys are competing, they'll always ride to music. So music's a very integral part of what we do. And even when we're out riding on our own, you know, you'll always have somebody with the earpiece in and listening to music. It's something that, you know, can really enhance your riding. It gets you fired up just to push yourself that little bit harder. So
just challenge yourself, you will find the beauty of it. So thank you very much, the world champion, Jamie, and thank you, Yossi, and thank you, Brian and Kim. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I'll see you next week. We'll have more excitement on Culture Matters. Don't forget to tune us in every week. See ya. Bye-bye.
Shanghai Expo.
Better city, better life.
Shanghai has established friendships with 69 cities from over 52 nations and regions. During the Expo, Culture Matters sits down with the mayors of Shanghai's sister cities for insights on the Expo and the development of their cities. Starting June 27th, tune in to Deciding Voices, Designing Cities, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Culture Matters.
Hi, I'm Gavin Newsom, Mayor of the City and County of San Francisco.
Salzburg is abroad.
Rotterdam and Oslo. Cork and the people from Ireland wish the Expo here in Shanghai every success, and it's a wonderful credit to Shanghai and to China.